865 Gaming Conversations. This week, I got Ryan Waller with me. I'm your host, Gedalia. Ryan, tell them a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm Ryan Waller. I work with Forthright Entertainment. We do a smorgasbord of games. We currently have, at least we start off with a bunch of mobile stuff, but we have Fake Colors, the British spelling of colors, which is Colours, on Steam, which actually this week starts a week-long sale, Steam sale. It's actually going to be only 49 cents. So if you like puzzle games, it's a great option for you. And then we're also finishing up a mobile game called Thunder God Battles, which is a match 3 battle game. And we have in development a RPG game called A New Fire, and that's in full swing. So,
all right, well, appreciate it. I got Ryan in here today. Scott's out sick. He picked up the plague, so we got Ryan in here pitch hitting for us today.
The backup. I'm the backup, just the backup.
It's all right. We may have to keep you around longer.
The backup's the favorite guy in town. Scott better watch it.
All right, well, we're going to get back into some more No Man's Sky. We're going to try and put another No Man's Sky video up every single week because it seems to be what everybody's looking at and watching right now. The game comes out in, about 2.5 months?
Yep, and you're welcome to leave comments about other games you're interested in, too. So
that would be good. So we're going to get into the 4 pillars of the game, which is exploration,
survival,
combat,
and training. Yeah.
So
I think it'd be really fun if we, right now, on the front end of this, rank these 4 pillars and how we actually think players are going to play them in, the most to the least type.
By default, they're going to be forced to explore, but I think what they're going to try to do most is combat. They're going to shoot something, fight something, destroy something.
You know what? If this was on Xbox, I'd say that's higher. Being on Sony, because there is a different style of gamers,
True.
And it's also on computer, of course, on the PC as well, which, speaking of Steam, you can get it through Steam. I think exploration is going to be the biggest thing. But from PC-wise, survival games are the big thing right now. You've got Ark, you got 7 Days to Die, you've got even Minecraft, it's kind of started that. That's a real big thing that people love to do, those survival things. So that could be, I think, trading. I mean, they did a pretty good job. These are all going to hit facets of gamers, but I think survival will be the lowest.
Survival will be the lowest. When you've got to upgrade your suit, you got to make sure it's right for the planet that you're on, what the conditions are. Yep. Survival is going to be forced on you.
Actually, I think they all are. Combat is the one that won't. Combat will be the one that's driven by the players. Well, there is pirates and stuff, though, isn't there? Isn't there
you've got a lot of the space combat, and they haven't said anything about if you're going to come across any other human players. But as soon as the first person that sees another human, they're going to say, "Hey,
let me shoot you down." Exactly.
Yeah, they're just going to make sure they can see.
It's like first alien contact, you just blow them in the head. That's basically how humanity functions.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to a couple of things. There's 18 quintillion planets or something like that. I mean, I saw something the other day. It's if every single person on Earth discovered 500 planets a second in so many years, we could
558 billion years.
I mean, some astronomical.
Some crazy. I'll have to go and find that one.
I will say my concern with that is there's no way they could play test that well.
Variety.
Well, the play test fact. No, I mean you can if your algorithm's well done and these guys know what they're doing. It looks like. Yeah. But my concern would be bugging and play test.
They have bots. They're throwing bots out there to go and look at stuff and make sure things are okay. I mean, there's only so much they can do until they set it off in the wild.
Yeah, a game this big, I actually suspect they are fully playing on the fact that there's going to be things that they can't even factor in and encounter. So it'll be interesting to see how they handle that. But the idea of exploring the planet, there are people that probably stay on a planet. I read a post the other day on Twitter. That guy said, "I plan on finding a planet and never leaving it."
He can do that.
He can do that.
It can happen.
Yeah.
As soon as he starts.
So, there's going to be some of that. It's going to be interesting to see. So, I'm really excited. This is the first PlayStation title that makes me get that special tickle. That I call it the kid gaming feeling. Yeah. It has it, man. For me, the new Uncharted isn't the same thing for me. Uncharted 4 looks just insanely beautiful. So, but neither here nor there. That's another topic for another day.
Yep, that's all. It's getting close. That day's getting close.
It is. I'm getting excited. So, if you are currently on a pre-gen system, 360, PS3, guys, this is a great time. There's been a price drop on pretty much all the consoles lately. All of them have something to offer. So, No Man's Sky. it's coming. So if you're a Sony fan and you're an Exploration fan, or you're not a Sony fan and you're an Exploration fan, this is the time to upgrade to the PS4, in my opinion.
I think it is too, especially with a new, more powerful system coming out. We'll see if that helps. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. But from a standpoint of somebody that actually makes real games that people play, how would you even start to try and even make something of this scale? Period. How do you even think it would work, or if it'll even stay up? I mean, how it just won't break down as soon as everyone jumps in?
Sure. So, well, first of all, I have not made a game of this scale, so let's be very clear about that. That being said, every game starts with an idea, which turns into a design document, which turns into a prototype. And there's the thing that we call in the industry called play testing. It kind of happens a lot. They have, I guarantee you, I know they have done extensive stress loads, extensive play testing. Unfortunately, I will say in this generation of consoles, which is what, the 21st generation?
Seventh, eighth,
9th. Yeah, I think it's actually 9th. Anyway, I should know that. There has been on both 360, both Xbox One and PS4, there have been launch disasters with multiplayer stress loads. So if No Man's Sky has the same problem, I think that could actually be a deal killer for tons of people. And I think they are well aware of that.
Oh yeah.
So in my mind, I suspect they have done that. And I don't know how they've done the algorithm. My guess is they're going to dump people in a somewhat central area, in the sense of like, I may never see you, but from 18 quintillion planets,
you'll see somebody.
Well, I'm not even saying that. Like, I'm sure from a testing perspective, they're going to dump that into a similar, out of this universe, a small section.
So you're saying the early adopters are going to be pretty much be the stress test, the main one, and the people that they can get all the bugs out for, people who come the week after that. And the next month.
In a game like this, in games like this in general, you have a life cycle flow. So you're going to have the early adopters, and out of the early adopters, anywhere between 70 and 90% are going to eventually quit playing the game. 50% is going to actually pretty quickly.
I don't know I don't know if I'll ever stop playing this game.
Well, that's how with Skyrim. I still like the Skyrim. I still play Skyrim. And you're going to have that player. You're going to have players that's all they ever play forever is this game. You're going to have a flow of that. It's not like World of Warcraft where you have 15 million subscribers. You're going to have a flux and flow of that. So I suspect the stress test is going to be fine. But that's how you begin to plan as you plan and as you do your testing. You slowly introduce and expand and see where things happen. And these are some really, really, really smart guys.
Yeah, I think there's under just 19, 20 of them. Not a lot of them. There's not a lot of those guys.
There's more than that, but
it's under 20.
It's not a Grand Theft Auto scale. 200 people working, 300 people working. So. It looks great. The graphics are not amazing, so I think they were able to save some staff in that area. They're not bad. I mean, by no means are they bad graphics, but they're not, like when you look at Quantum Break, the quality of graphics is very evident. Same with Uncharted, but those are story-driven narratives that are designed to have an end. This is not.
That's very true.
I think that's part of how they keep that staff lower.
We're getting back to the end of this one. So No Man's Sky, June 21st. Every single week we're going to have another video. Hopefully, Ryan will be back.
I'll be back. I just went there. That was
bad. Man.
That was so bad.
Okay. It's staying in.
We can edit this, right?
We're not cutting that out. We're not cutting that out. Another No Man's Sky video from 865 Gaming. Conversations. And we out to the next week.